Welcome to Power Athlete Radio. This is Steve. I'm here with Denny, Luke, and Ben Oliver. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Nothing. So why don't we start off our conversation today about CrossFit Open? Luke, Ben, Denny, you guys have any thoughts on 13-1, 13-2, or 13-3?
I'll be honest. I've kind of dropped the ball so far on getting 13-1. 13-2, I knocked that out, and I think I took too much time doing the box jumps. The weight wasn't an issue. I kept moving. I think 10 minutes creeped up on me, and I chose to step up, to jump up and then step down compared to just like hopping down, bouncing up, hopping down, bouncing up. I wanted to kind of save my Achilles tendons on that. So, like I said, that 10 minutes crept up on me pretty fast. I think I got in the upper 180s. And I saw some of the scores from you guys, like in the 200s, and I was like, wow, I really shit the bed on that one.
Well, so Denny, but you saw our scores, but are you posted on Ben our spreadsheet?
I haven't got onto that spreadsheet yet. I mean, I'm just dropping the ball all over the place. I don't know what's going on.
It's cool. You got young kids. We'll let you.
It's in the milk. It's the milk. Yeah, it's the raw milk, man.
Nice. Ben, Luke, did you guys give a go?
Yeah, I got one more than Ben did.
I think that's highly in question.
It's under review.
If you check the records, it will not show that. But no, we gave it a go, and I'll be honest, I'm totally blanking out on what I scored. But Ben and I both did our best to keep up with the bounding, and I'll tell you what, we have prepared for that though. In our training, we've been doing some bounding off of boxes, so it's within our capacity, but. We had everybody else step up, and the ladies stepping up on a 20-inch box. They crushed us. Ben, what do we score on that? What do we do again?
I think I just got under 9 rounds. So whatever 8, that's 240. I think I had 260 reps.
But, and I got 8 flat, right?
Yeah. I think what was hard for me was the pausing on top of the box. Like used to doing a traditional plyo, or like jumping off the box and immediately coming off with like the hips extended. I know that was kind of the standard when I first got into CrossFit, and that's kind of what I've upheld. So that was really hard for me and slowed my rhythm down quite a bit.
Sure. That full extension on the explosion off the box.
Yeah.
That's where I think a lot of people got no reps. It's hard to stop on top of the box.
Yeah, I got no rep by a couple of our clients, a lot, and I was not happy about it, but it was pretty cool to watch them, experience our life a little bit.
Yeah.
So Luke, you were saying that you had some of the women jump up and then step down, and they still got in the 200s?
No, we just had them do step-ups. So I was trying to pace this girl, Lissa, who came in to train at our gym, and she was just stepping up, doing step-ups to a stand, and I was trying to bound and pace her, and I couldn't. I just couldn't keep up with her. So after we saw that, it was just like, it's faster to step up on a 20-inch box.
Bro, so it's faster to step up on a 24-inch box. I did like a little skip maneuver. I got 276, and I did like a little like those old.
I'm just gonna send you my man card, dude. Steve,
those old skills where you like left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. I just kind of did one of those deals, and it was kind of like a half step, half. I don't know, like I was skipping down the fucking yellow brick road or something, and whatever. It saved my lungs. I mean, this old guy has no lungs. The weight was no problem, but rebounding box jumps, they just crushed me. So it worked for me. I did it the first time rebounding, and I think I got like 3 rounds, and I was like, fuck that. So I did it again, and I got 9 something. So, hey.
Yeah, I made my mistake. I tried to do a step up, I think mid round 7, and I fell over. And I couldn't do it anymore. So, and then my ego got the best of me, and I just kept having to jump.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you, I'm not looking forward to this 13-3. I remember it from last year. It was rough.
I didn't do it last year, but I hear everyone talking about it being brutal. You guys are the experts, right? So if you were to coach or strategize some of our power athletes, what would you say? Don't do it.
Just don't stop. 150 wall balls. Can you do those in a row? I think so. I've seen Greg Austin back in the day do it. seen some of our clients even do 100 wall balls in a row, and they're nothing special. So I think it's possible. You can do 150 wall balls in a row. I don't know.
You got to play to your strengths as well. We just had one of our athletes do it, and she had to pace. Carrie, Ben, she paced her wall balls a bit, and as soon as she got on her double under, she did 90 double unders in under a minute.
Nice.
Yeah, she's good.
But she was behind on her split for the wall ball tiebreaker. So it's like, how are you going to – can you even get a muscle up? So if you can't get a muscle up, you got to get through your tiebreaker times as fast as you can.
Right.
But if you're going to bang out 10 muscle ups, then then you have to balance. We don't really program muscle ups on CrossFit football like ever. So – and we don't program them in our gym. So this morning, Ben Bonwell was doing it, and he got to a muscle up and got desperate. And what do you think happened?
Yeah, standard shoulder pronated.
Came out, shoulder.
Say what? You broke up there. What happened?
So the hand flew out from under his shoulder. Dang. It elevated, pronated, internally rotated his shoulder into that nightmare position that you see where you can cause a ton of damage. But lucky for us, Josh is a super strong dude, focuses a lot on quality movement. And I'm convinced that's what saved his shoulder, because he should have, both Callie and I were looking at him like, okay, keep the rings tight. Right hand winged out. And it was just like, oh no, we've totally messed his shoulder up. And he came down and he's just like, I'm not doing it anymore. Forget this. I'll just take the time.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been working, luckily, for whatever reason, we've been doing a lot of skill work with the muscle ups, just in the transition stuff, both barbell and rings, and hopefully it will pay off. But we tell people, unless you're trying to be competitive, you got to be structurally sound. And even if you're structurally sound all the time, when the clock says go and you're trying to win, worst case scenario is going to happen. So you got to be prepared for it.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happened. I haven't heard any reports. I know last year there were hundreds of people who blew out their Achilles and hurt their shoulders on these WODs. I've been hearing less reports about that, like on, my 2B news station, which would be Facebook, right. This year. But anyway, I guess we should change gears. Ben, tell the Power Athlete Nation a little bit about yourself. What are you training for?
A little bit about myself. What am I training for? Kind of similar to Luke, except for I want to beat him rather than anybody else. When he first showed up at the gym, John just showed us a picture from a seminar that Luke and Denny were at from Naperville, and I was pretty big, and I was way bigger than Luke was. Can't confirm or deny that, can you, Luke? But I don't know. I'm just trying to squat comfortably over the floors for reps. I want to clean in the mid threes and snatch wrist proning, but similar. Just I gotta look the part on the weekends, have a good time. I get to be able to try all the programs that we're looking to use for the collegiate and professional templates, and then be better than all of our members for the most part. I don't think you have to be better than anybody in CrossFit to be a good coach, but I think it goes a long way, especially with our members, to show them that what we're doing works, and even though they don't see us train, what we're doing is correct. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, the picture, maybe I'll post the picture when I post up the podcast. Ben looks jacked right in this picture, and right now he honestly looks like he's in starvation mode. He's so frail, like skin's melting off of him, not very strong.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm
Bro,
getting there.
Come on.
I'm getting there. I'm about 195 weight. I think I've lost about 7 pounds in the last 3 days, but I'll get it back. I'm coming for Luke. Who knows? Every year about this time I get the feeling to want to compete again, and I think we have a good group of people who might want to do it in the next years. So competing in CrossFit stuff or Olympic weightlifting was a little bit of my background, and that was a lot of fun, and it gave a lot of purpose to training, and that was super helpful, super motivating. And then
what's happened that you've lost this weight?
I got sick. There's something going on around here. Mixture of St. Patty's Day weekend and there's a flu-like symptoms going around. I've had a fever about 102.5 for the last 3 days, just kind of sweating through all my clothes and cold all the time. You guys know the gist. Haven't really been able to eat, so kind of getting over it. Finally, the fever broke this morning, so I'm feeling a little better.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
You know, Ben, what I remember the most from that, or one of the things I remember from that cert in Naperville, was the resistance runs. And you put that green band around me, and I think you did your best to make sure I couldn't run at all. And I was just crushed, man. I've never felt like my legs like they were just going to explode like that. And I take pleasure when I put some of our athletes through a WOD that has resistance runs in it, and I always think to that. What would Ben Oliver do? You know, he would lean back, practically laying on his back to make sure that you wouldn't be able to run forward at all and make you earn that run. And it gets I think the point gets across. I mean, people are usually gasping for air, and that's probably the best way to do those. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Rafael Ruiz, who kind of really honed a lot of my coaching, and I think at that cert, I just kind of still trying to find my way and figure out who I was and personality was. And watching him and seeing how he instructed all of his athletes, down in Tampa and at all the seminars, in order to get people to do that correctly, you almost got to make them suffer and give in to everything that they don't want to. And otherwise they're just going to, figure out the point of least resistance, if you will, and do whatever shit movement they can. But it's funny. The better movement you have, the easier that run is, and I'm sure you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, I don't know. I'm just sitting back on people and watching them suffer. But there is a purpose behind it, as long as you're providing some feedback. Definitely.
Yeah, it's like what Luke was saying, or he's been saying, that you guys will get, prepare somebody to perform in an uncomfortable state. You're gonna be have all different kinds of butterflies in your stomach. You're gonna be crushed. You're gonna be questioning if you can go on. Just totally taken out of your comfort zone as an athlete, and see how you perform then, which is basically sports and life, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think the stress behind all that stuff is great. It's really coachability, and your the higher work capacity and the more rational you are in stress, the better athlete, the better performer you're going to be. And I think at the end of the day, that's what our whole program is based off. It's like, what are you training for? Well, I want to be the best I can. And, when shit hits the fan, if you will, I want to be able to perform and help the person next to me.
Yeah. That's awesome. Hey, Ben, we had a user question, or listener question. I don't know what we're calling it, but, what's his name? Kevin Daly? Is that his name, Denny?
Yeah, that's his name, Kevin Daly.
What's he right here? How long should I, or how can I determine if I have been off long enough post-sickness? It seems like a certainly pertinent question since you're sick, right? So he writes, I've had it in the past where I've had the lingering head colds and gone back too soon, but I think there comes a point when you need to get off your ass and get back to the gym. How do you guys address this in athletes?
It's hard. It's a hard question to answer, but I think people come back too excited. You're sick, and then you think that as soon as you're magically over your sickness, you're going to be as strong or as good as you were the week before, and that's not the case. I think people should ease back into it a little bit, kind of regress a little bit to gain back that momentum, if that makes sense.
And another thing to think about when you're coming back from sickness is the mechanism that's required or that's utilized to heal you from your sickness is the same one that's used to help you recover during workouts and after workouts.
For sure.
And that's your immune system.
Yeah, wasn't it? I've heard a bunch of times John say stuff, life programs your rest days, right? And so if your immune system is implicated in recovery during and post-workout, but your immune system is compromised due to some kind of illness, that shit's going to be jacked up.
Yep. Definitely.
Exactly.
I know right now pumping myself through all sorts of probiotics. I think I had some kombucha, some BioGIF, and some like Greek yogurt and stuff, just trying to get back to normal. So,
what is BioGIF?
What is BioGIF? Luke, maybe you can answer.
It sounds gross, bro.
Well, it's a probiotic supplement that's derived from some, I think, cow's milk, and it's supposed to elicit a lot of, like, a pretty big IGF-1 response as well. Our buddy, we talked about Dr. Tom Incledon. It's one of his products. If you Google it, it's legit. We stick to it daily. You know, we eat it. You take it with after a meal and drink some cold water with it. It's BIO space GIF, and it's one of the things he pushes off on his HPS website. And so, like, when it comes to Dr. Tom, you never really ask why, because you will never understand it. He's just like, trust me, take it. And we're like, okay.
Right.
You know, we all just kind of jump on and take it.
So, I mean, yeah, I agree. I'm going to check that product out. I mean, I take probiotic and other kinds of fermented types of things. That's something that's part of the power athlete diet, right? Is to be high in probiotics, this Greek yogurt, raw milk, those sorts of things, to try and maybe like sort of preemptively keep your immune system functioning well so you don't fall victim to illness?
Well, assuming you have poor gut health, then it can be a benefit. But if you have a healthy gut, you may not need a high dosage of probiotic. But like Ben said, you know, we like to say that the window to the immune system is the gut. Yeah. So if whenever we're feeling under the weather or anything like that, you know, it's just our personal approach is we hyperdose vitamin C and pack a ton of probiotics in the system.
Nice.
Yeah, but I wish I could answer that question a little more concisely, but I do know I try to get back in the gym as quickly as I can. Right now, I'm not training necessarily for a sport, so I can take a little bit more time than say I could have, 6 years ago when I was playing, soccer in college. You didn't have sick days. I played for a coach that you never knew what the starting lineup was going to be from week to week. So if you missed practice, you were like, I don't know if I'm going to play.
Right.
If you have the opportunity, like I think most of us do, that we're just training to train and are training for the open, like you can take a couple sick days and a couple extra days. And that might be better. I think people are in such a rush and forget that you're probably going to be lifting weights the rest of your life. Missing a week is not the end of the world,
Yeah. Yeah, that's great advice. Putting things in perspective.
It kind of goes with that question that was posted a week or so ago about recovery days, and I think it was something more towards the line of why the 2 rest days in the CrossFit football programming. And I know it's easy to get caught up in coming in and training and feeling fired up and ignoring kind of some of the smaller signs, the little nagging injuries maybe. And, I have trouble telling people, at our box just to kind of take that extra day off. It's you break yourself down so much at the gym. It's like you're just constantly digging yourself in a hole if you never will take the time to recover. You recover outside of the gym. I got to remind them of that. Just breaking your body down at the gym's one thing. It's like you got to go home, rest. Your nutrition's got to be dead on. You got to give like Luke was talking about the immune system, and you got to give that time to kind of get you back up to 100%, so you can come back in and not feel so sluggish and drained, but think, I have to come in because I don't want to lose my conditioning, or I don't want to lose the strength that I've gained. And it becomes like an OCD almost. Yeah.
I don't know. I see it's a slippery slope, but I always like that idea. Hey, if I got weaker, that just means I have a little extra play to get stronger again. And I get to experience that almost amateur effect that I see gains a lot quicker. And then when I'm just always healthy, if that makes sense. On the collegiate program, you might not make gains for a week or months, or even a year. I mean, you see high-level Olympic weightlifters who, they strive for a 1 to 2 kilo jump in any sort of lift over the course of the year. And we're also accustomed to making 2 to 5 kilo PRs a week. It's not that easy, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
All right, so I think we got time for one more question. Luke, on Ben R's spreadsheet, you wrote a comment about you're not on CrossFit football. That's kind of funny. You're on the future of CrossFit football or something like that. And so Ben R writes, for the Luke Summers, what's the to-be version of CrossFit football?
To put it simply, whatever works better.
Okay, can you elaborate? What do you mean whatever works better?
No,
so you...
no, I will. I choose not to. No. I said it, I mentioned it in one of our, I think the first podcast in terms of, what we're training for, and Ben touched on it today. Like, we're, in a sense, between Ben, myself, Callie, Nate, John, we have a representation of really a full spectrum of athletes with the exceptions of amateurs. So we're trained athletes. We're all either collegiate level or professional level in terms of our training system, collegiate level or professional level athletes for our strength protocol. We're trying to find what elicits a better training response across the board that we could comfortably prescribe over what we already have in place. And we haven't come across anything yet where we all respond in a positive way. Now, it's just kind of reaffirming the fact that there is no blue pill. There is no one size fits all. But at the end of the day, what we have in terms of our balance of volume and intensity is really what we find to be optimal. So what specifically we're doing now is we're throwing in some pre-programmed agility, like intensity agility drills versus volume agility drills, and some plyo stuff in place of some running that we typically program. And we're gonna tinker with balancing the volume up in the volume in terms of, rather than 5s, maybe 7s, or change it to 4s and see if it works any better or worse. Like that's what we're playing with right now.
So basically, you're a lab rat.
Yeah, 100% a lab rat. Okay. And then I guess we also have the luxury of knowing each other as athletes as well as coaches. So the CrossFit football program you see on the website is just a shell. It's something that we see works for the greatest good of the people. Now, there is opportunity for what everybody would call like accessory work or whatever the hell you want to call it. There are things that we know we need to improve, and we'll work on that in addition to the base template of programming. So that's really what we're tinkering with. So if somebody has a weak upper back, what are some weak upper back drills? Like Ben and I went through a phase of back attack. It was awful, but we got really strong in the upper back. Ben, you remember that?
Oh yeah, I don't miss a bar though because of my upper back anymore.
Yeah, so we did like a little back attack. But again, we can't program some of this stuff for 20,000 people. We're trying to find out what we can. And until we can find something that works better, the program's not going to change too much. But you guys experienced a little bit of it. Squat clusters, some of the stop pulls. We're going to be doing some touch and go stuff. Stuff that we've seen benefit us. We're going to throw into it. But ultimately, the foundation of the program isn't really changing because we haven't found anything yet.
Okay. So that sounds legit. So maybe before we sign off, can you give us an update on the team series, either of you?
Yeah, sure. We're gonna punishing the procrastinators. The late fee has gone up from $275 to $450. Just because we don't want people to sit around and wait to sign up. We realized as we kind of stepped back and looked at everything. But prizes, we finally got our prizes finalized. We have all of our vendors' our sponsors finalized. It's full steam ahead. We're going to be announcing the scoring coefficient, if you will, and scoring system sometime next week or the week after. So people, I know we were talking to one of A. Bell's training buddies, and apparently A. Bell is sitting back not signing up because he wants to know what the coefficient is first, because he wants to make sure he's going to be able to beat the girls.
Okay.
Well, did you see his freaking score on 13.1 was incredible.
Yeah, he's
a beast.
But it's going to be good, dude. Ben and I and Callie, we're all excited. We're we're piecing together a team here. We're not going to be participants because we would definitely fix it so we won because we'd have to. But, we're piecing together a team here out of our clients, and they're going to be doing we're going to modify their training a little bit so they're going to be prepared for, the total. Okay. The Metcons are going to be, like we've talked about, kind of game day decision, so you're not going to know until that game day.
That's awesome. Dude, I know our team signed up. We're ready to go, man.
Yeah, it's $2,000, man. $2,000 grand prize with
I want the plates.
Plate.
I want the power athlete plates.
Yeah, dude. Like cash money, some equipment, and then some power athlete gear. Life is RX gear. You couldn't ask for any more. That's life. That's all you need in life.
Is money, plates, and gear.
Life is RX plates. Make a little cash. I like it.
Yeah, awesome. Well, it's been another good one, guys. You guys have any final comments? Any final things to say to the Power Athlete Nation?
Let's see.
Miss you guys. Can't wait to see you guys in the next cert. Where we at? Where we at next? Our own gym this weekend.
Yeah, we're at home. So we got a bunch of people coming to our home gym that are gonna, we have all the tools to really make you suffer here. Ben, then where else are we going, Ben? We're going to Vegas. So we're going to see some people in Vegas. And then after that, we're going to be in NorCal at Jesse Burdick's gym, which have you guys seen his gym? His gym is epic.
Mm-mm. No, I haven't.
Dude, check out the Facebook page. He's got he's got every toy you could possibly imagine and plenty of space up there. So that's going to be a ton of fun. And then, we're all over the world. We just booked a cert in Argentina in November.
Nice.
So that's going to be some fun stuff.
Awesome.
But yeah, we're stoked for that. Keep on training. Keep on following the site. If you want to see something different, let us know. Send an email to us.
Yeah.
And,
are you still taking video submissions of the football total?
Sure. Why not? If you got them, send them on in, and we'll get something posted up. We love content coming from our followers, whether it's a video, a photo, a story. We love to push that stuff out, and highlight the people who really follow the program because they tend to see great results, do really cool things.
Awesome. Cool.
Hey, real quick, what's the cert like at Balboa since all the kind of the coaches would be there? You, Ben, Callie, John. I mean, that usually it's just like two of you, right? That's going, maybe three going to the certs. Now, if you're at the home gym and all the coaches are there, I mean, that's got to be freaking awesome.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, like legendary, like the greatest thing ever. Right? I can't even fathom that. I mean, I'm at a loss of words just trying to talk about it right now.
Well, you've met John Wellborn. Could you imagine him in his own environment?
I'm scared.
It's like literally uncaging the animals at the zoo, Denny. Like these poor people are going to have all eyes on them. It's going to be like, two coaches to one attendee. People are going to be guaranteed PRs. It's going to be great. I'm telling you, the cert's only getting better and better, but the problem is we need to find a better way to pack 20 hours into 16.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good problem to have, though.
I'll tell you what, Denny, next time we have one at home, you should fly out here, bring the wife and kids. We'll put you all through the grinder.
I was talking to her the other night about that, about going out to Newport Beach. She seemed to like it. We need a vacation, so I might be hitting you up on that offer.
It was like, I don't want to be in Newport Beach. I'm looking out my window. I can see the beach. It's about 70 degrees outside. It's pretty nice.
I'm looking out my window. I see a pile of snow. It's like 20 degrees here. It totally sucks ass.
Yeah, I don't miss it.
Yeah, that sounds horrible, bro.
It is horrible. Help me.
You got to move west or south.
Right? I like west.
Yeah.
I like west.
For sure. All right, cool, guys. Right. Well, thanks again. I guess on email we'll schedule something for next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Ben. Nice talking to you.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks.
See you, fellas.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, bye.
See you guys.